Today I want to go over substitutions that you can eat instead of your favorite things like ice cream or hamburgers, potato chips, pizza. These are all part of the standard American diet, the SAD diet, right? And we love these things. And I'm going to be going over all these different substitutions that you can be eating and support your healing. So keep listening. Have you been diagnosed with MS and you're looking for more answers outside your typical medical system? You are not alone. Hi, I'm Adrienne. I'm a nutritionist and a certified integrative nutritional health coach. And I became interested in holistic health because I reversed my own MS symptoms over 10 years ago. Yes, reversing MS is possible. I'm living proof along with so many others. And I enjoy helping others reverse their symptoms too. Are you ready to learn a few things today? I am. Let's dive in. Okay, now I know that making these dietary changes is not easy. And that's why on my program, I ease people into it. Meaning, I don't have people stop eating all their favorite foods all at once. Because if I did that, nobody would want to do my program. So it's an integration. So I have you start getting the good food in so that you don't have room for the bad stuff later. And this is a slow progression. And it helps you make these small changes. And when you make these small changes, after 9 to 12 weeks, you're going to feel so good. And you're going to wonder, okay, this is not bad. I can continue on this program. And that's what my students do or my clients do. So let's get into some of the foods that we love. And I want to give you some ideas on how you can create some recipes that are just as delicious as some of these standard foods that we love. So number one, ice cream. So ice cream is full of sugar and full of cow's milk, which those two things combined are totally inflammable. So you really want to cut that out. But instead of ice cream, in my cookbook, I've got coconut ice cream that you can make. Or there's even recipes you can Google or go to YouTube and learn how to make almond milk ice cream. Or learn how to make, oh gosh, I just looked at a recipe that is so darn easy with bananas. So if you take 2 bananas, take off the peel, slice them up, freeze them for 2 hours, then put them in a blender, add 2 tablespoons of almond milk and a teaspoon of vanilla extract, pure vanilla extract, blend it up. My God, what a great dessert is that? And it's natural sugar. Now, I wouldn't eat that every day, maybe once a week, because the natural sugar still will raise your blood sugar, right? So you don't want to eat it a lot, but once you wean yourself off of sugar, you're not going to want it that often, really, because it's going to taste too sweet for you eventually. Okay, how about potato chips? So I actually buy once in a while, not a lot, but you can buy potato chips cooked in avocado oil. And I eat these once in a while, not often, but you can also make your own. You can create sweet potato chips as well. In fact, that's even a better alternative for you. Slice them up, use a thin slicer, put sea salt all over them, add some avocado oil, and bake them. I'd probably bake them at 450 for about 15 to 20 minutes and check on them, turn them over, cook them a little bit longer and just see how crispy they get. Or you got to slice them really thin to be crispy and cook them longer, right? Hamburgers. I love grass-fed ground beef. And I eat this all the time. And I eat them without the bun. And in fact, I've got a recipe in my cookbook. So good. So take a leafy green, put it flat on your plate, and not just one leaf, do 3 or 4 leaves. Put them on the bottom of your bun and then dress up your hamburger. Like I love putting sea salt or Himalayan salt. I love putting Worcestershire sauce in it, garlic powder, onion powder. Sometimes I'll put balsamic vinegar in it, just a little bit. And then I'll mix it all up, create patties, and then we'll either put them on the grill or I'll put them in the oven or put them in a pan on the stove and cook them up. And then I make this delicious honey mustard dressing. It's really just honey and mustard is all it takes. You can add a little bit of water to make it a little bit more wet and not as thick. And then you can add your slices of tomato, your slices of onion, whatever you like on your burger. Maybe you like sauteed mushrooms. Maybe you like sauteed onions. Maybe you like sliced jalapeno peppers, like whatever you like on your burger. Put that on top and then drizzle the honey mustard sauce on top. God, it's so good. You won't miss the bun. Pizza. Now, finding a replacement for pizza is a little bit more challenging, but you can find gluten-free crusts to make your own. Now, be careful and read the label to be sure that there's not a bunch of other additives that are not good for you. But man, go to YouTube, go to Google, like find a recipe where you can make your own gluten-free pizza crust, put some tomato sauce on it, put your toppings on it, and you don't need cheese. In fact, it's better without cheese, right? Because dairy is inflammatory. But you might find that sheep or goat cheese, some people can handle A2 or casein A2 cheese. Then put all your veggie toppings on it. Mushrooms, olives, sausage, pepperoni, spinach, artichoke. Like have fun with it. Throw it in the oven. To cook pizza, it's usually at a higher temperature to get a crispy crust if that's what you like. But yeah, you can make it yourself. Now, I also want to go over the basics here. These are just kind of favorite foods that we love, but I want to go over like cooking oils for you guys. So the best cooking oils that I love you to cook with are avocado oil, coconut oil, butter from grass-fed cows. That's okay. I know that's dairy, but butter is processed a little bit differently. As long as they're from grass-fed cows, that's okay. And then ghee is even better. So ghee is a product of butter where the dairy has been boiled out of it. In fact, I've made it at home before. Take a stick of butter, stick it in a pot, cook it on medium heat. It'll start bubbling, and the bubbles you just keep scraping off and discard. That is the dairy. So you're basically cooking the dairy out of the butter, and you're left with clarified butter, which is the fat, and that is good fat. And you can also cook with lard or tallow, like any animal fat, any natural animal fat is good to cook with on high heat. So all of these that I told you about, you can cook on high heat. The one I want you to be really careful with, in fact, I don't cook anything with olive oil. I only use olive oil for salad dressings or room temperature dishes, because if you cook olive oil higher than 350 degrees, it becomes toxic. So when you're cooking and your pan starts smoking, the smoke means that the oil that you're cooking your food in is becoming toxic. And you don't want to do that. So get rid of your vegetable oils, your soybeans, safflower oils, sunflower oils. Don't cook with peanut oil, canola oil, or don't use margarine. Most of the fried foods that you eat from fast food restaurants or even regular restaurants use these trans fats I just told you about. These are not healthy. They cause inflammation. Let's talk about dairy substitutes that you can use. So instead of milk, use almond milk. You can make your own. I've made mine. So here's how you make it. Take some almonds, about a cup, pour them into a big glass jar or a bowl, and cover it with filtered water. Let it soak overnight. That water becomes kind of brown overnight. Rinse it, throw out the water, rinse it with filtered water, and then put the almonds in your blender and add about 4 cups of purified or filtered water. Add a pinch of good salt, like sea salt or Himalayan salt, gray salt, doesn't matter, just good salt. Add about a half a teaspoon of maple syrup. And if you want to make vanilla flavored almond milk, put about a half or a quarter of a teaspoon of vanilla extract in it, natural vanilla extract. Blend it up. And then you want to use a cheesecloth so that it captures all the almond flakes as you're pouring this into a bowl. And then you have almond milk, homemade. You know exactly what you put into it, and it's so healthy. You can also use coconut milk or rice milk, hemp milk. These are examples. To make cream, you can use coconut cream, or you can use soy or oat-based creamers. Make sure the soy is organic. And there's lots of yogurt substitutes you can try too. Coconut yogurt, that's like my number one favorite. I have this brand that I eat all the time. It's called So Delicious, and it really is so delicious. I buy it sugar-free, and it doesn't taste like coconut at all. It's so good, and I can buy it in vanilla as well. I'm sure they just put vanilla extract in it. There's no sugar in it at all, and I love it. You can try to find almond yogurt, soy yogurt, make sure it's organic. Instead of cheese, you can try nut-based cheeses, soy-based cheeses, coconut-based cheeses, or nutritional yeast. I've got that. It comes in these little yellow flakes, and it makes any dish taste cheesy. You can sprinkle it on any kind of roasted chicken or roasted veggies. It's really delicious. And then the other thing that you can use to substitute with are gluten-free items. So you can actually buy gluten-free bread, but be careful because a lot of the larger companies will put in other ingredients that are not so healthy for you. So you can make your own. Buy some almond flour. You know, I've got lots of gluten-free recipes in my cookbook, but you can look online on how to make all these different gluten-free breads that are healthy for you. You can also find gluten-free pasta. I do all the time. You can use corn tortillas instead of flour, or use lettuce and make lettuce wraps. I've got a great recipe in my cookbook, and it uses cabbage leaves, and it's a ground pork dish with vegetables in it. God, it's so good. You can find gluten-free crackers. Again, make sure you read the labels and make sure you know what's in it. One of my favorite cracker companies is Mary's Gone Crackers. She's got a lot of different flavors, and she's got really good, wholesome ingredients in her products. Instead of soy sauce, by Coconut Aminos. It tastes really similar and it's much healthier for you. In fact, it is healthy. Instead of cereal in the morning, I wouldn't eat it a lot, but you can try oats with nuts and seeds. Oats basically turns into sugar into your body, so I don't really recommend eating a lot of it. Or if you're baking, instead of using regular flour, use almond flour, rice, cassava, coconut, potato flour, tapioca, or arrowroot flours. You can make so many great recipes with these flours and they're gluten-free. So I hope this gives you a lot of ideas. Yes, if you want to heal and you want to get better, your pantry is going to look completely different. But trust me, this is a lifestyle change and you're going to be so happy that you did it. If you have any questions, reach out to me, info@nourishyourway.com. And if you need some support in healing, sign up for a free call and we can chat for 15 minutes or so. And you can decide if my 12-week program is right for you. Half of it is diet. The other half is lifestyle. So healing is not all food, but it's a good place to start. So thanks for listening. Until next time, you will hear from me very soon.